Hello, everyone. Today we have the pleasure to be here with Eric, one of our successful Unger Academy students. Eric is here to talk briefly about his experience with our training. Hey, Eric, how are you?
Hey, good evening, Chelsea. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the story of my journey with systematic trading.
Happy to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, then, let's get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, and what you do in life.
So, first of all, thank you for the question. I mainly run the family business where I work. And we have a metal carpentry shop. So anything that has little to do with laser cutting, bending, welding, and anything that comes up in our industry. I also run two other personal projects, one dealing with real estate and the other with the financial markets. So in other words, the trading systems.
Okay. What difficulties did you encounter before you joined our program?
Well, I come from a discretionary trading background. So I was looking at the charts, putting in the lines and the indicators, and trying to figure out what the chart could do next. Like I had an idea of what it could do. Instead, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work like that. So Unger Academy itself taught me that, in short, it comes down to trying to follow the wave of the market without having the arrogance to want to understand it, because in the end, we can't decide whether it goes up or down.
Yeah, it's hard to look at charts all day, even with all that you have to do anyway.
You're right. I had no time at all. Again, of course, it depends on the habits that you have, because I'm already very busy, and it took me a long time to go live because I could spend little time studying. And systematic trading today is certainly what I have to do for the hours I have.
Sure, of course. And why did you choose our program as opposed to others available on the market?
Well, when I got into discretionary trading for about a year and a half, from 2018 to almost 2020, I didn't make any money. Just impossible. I never found anything stable and solid. So I wanted to switch to something completely different. And I wanted to try the systematic trading that I'd read about, which is what a trader does when starting and wants to do something serious. So I looked for a school that could help me. And the most serious and best prepared one there was on the market. And that was it. So, yeah, I looked at Unger Academy. And I looked at it a bit. And I got a lot of opinions even before I joined this academy. They were all positive, and it's described as the best. So I said, well, since I was a little bit uncertain about trading, I was a little bit in doubt, I said, if I try it again, I want to try it 100%. And I certainly want to spare no expense and, of course, no little training. See, I wanted to go for the best, you see.
Right, as an approach as well. Is there any aspect of our program that's particularly helped you?
Well, the coaching calls are excellent. I signed up in April 2021, and I've been at the Unger Academy for a while now. And I think I've asked for 4 things, no more than that. But I like to look at the other coaching calls and follow them up as my training, even if they're things that I don't need now and will undoubtedly need down the line. If you can access other previous coaching calls and see other students' doubts, well, you will be one step ahead of the doubts that you will have. So the most essential doubts are the doubts that others who are more experienced than you have, which will also be the doubts that you will have. So that's a service that I don't think anyone offers, and it's invaluable. And if you see the problems that others have had and avoid having them yourself, you can educate yourself very quickly. So coaching is something valuable.
Absolutely. The archive of the
Yeah.
coaching calls is sometimes underestimated, but it's really useful.
Yeah, I've almost learned more with it than with the rest, because that's where most of the technical and practical stuff is. But of course, the books and the video lessons are also valid and very useful.
Okay. What results did you get after putting into practice what you learned in the program?
So, as I said, I had written it down. I went live. So, I signed up in April 2021 and went live in June 2022. It took a long time because I studied a little, so I progressed very slowly at the beginning. And after that, I started to organize my routine better and study more. And after a few months, I went live right away. In June, July, and August, I made 14% on Forex. In October, November, December of the same year, I traded Forex again, where I made negative 3% because I had little capital and the commissions were too high. I calculated that if I tripled the investment for the same amount, I would have earned 7 to 8%. So it was just a question of having little capital. And I solved that with confidence and study. I stopped switching a bit while I was moving from Forex to futures. And from March 2023 until today, I traded on 5 markets, 5 different futures. And I've achieved a performance of 76% in 9 months. So, yeah, I'm pleased, yes.
Great.
Thank you. Well, the good thing is that the equity account is also regular, which is the most important thing. I haven't been lucky 1 month and 0 the others. It's all been regular. And that's the most important thing. Because on average, you try to get returns that are maybe a little bit lower to avoid the risk. But if you follow the market correctly and it performs like that, hey, why not? So, yeah, it's gone very well. It's also changed my view in 2023 because everything was taboo before. But everything changed when I started trading series instruments. And after that, you take them seriously and get even better results.
Awesome, Eric.
Thank you.
And how did your life change after you achieved these results?
Oh, like I told you, the logic. The logic when I say that until early 2023, until March, while I was just starting studying, I didn't know what trading could be for me. I was still a little bit in the bubble phase. And today, I can say that after this year, and in 2024, when I'm already looking to double the capital invested and accordingly double the instruments that I use to trade and leverage on margin, I can't deny that I see an opportunity in trading in a way that I didn't in 2023. And it plays an even more significant role in my life. So I don't know where it will go, but trading is much more important to me today than it was a year ago. Yeah, that's for sure.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Where would you be now if you hadn't decided to participate in this program?
The point is again automatic trading. Because most probably if I hadn't started it, I don't know if I would have continued to trade. Maybe I would find myself buying a few stocks, a few ETFs, those things a bit more long-term. But that's another thing. It has almost nothing to do with it in one respect. Trading, developing systems and strategies that work, managing them, having an optimized strategy pool and making sure the portfolio moves as smoothly as possible, upwards maybe, but I don't know. But in my opinion, I would have stopped trading. I'll be honest. Because at the end of the day, I didn't have that much time to get involved in the first year. And I still got results. And I said to myself, well, if I put in the effort here now, I can achieve even more. So it's all down to the fact that Unger Academy, the Unger method, is an effective method because otherwise I wouldn't have seen many results and I would have given up. So it's the results that move you after a few years. And if there aren't any, you give up. If there are, because the method is effective, you keep going.
So the insight you gained with us has also brought you to the point where you feel more confident to invest more capital, which means you keep trading.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And finally, what would you say to people watching this interview and maybe are considering whether or not to sign up for the program?
Well, from my point of view, the Unger Academy is undoubtedly the best thing on the market today. If you want to learn trading systems and make this your full time job, and you can do it in the evenings or alongside your job, but you must dedicate yourself to it. Like, it's imperative. You have to give yourself set times. You have to try already and study a routine because you might have to go there from X hour to Y hour in the evening. You have to study because it's much more rewarding that way. So, what I say to people who want to join Unger Academy is that you should think carefully about how much time and energy you can devote to make the most of this investment. Because, after all, being part of a serious academy is an investment.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Eric, for taking the time, and I
Thank
hope you
you.
enjoy your trading. I wish you a good continuation of trading.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.